All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are decoding a bit of a hidden secret in the corporate world, how your technology perfectly aligns with your business strategy to actually drive real results.
But before we get bogged down in heavy definitions, I want you to ask yourself, what truly drives organizational success behind the scenes? It is so easy to get distracted by shiny new software or, super expensive hardware. But the reality is that there are these hidden underlying systems that literally keep the entire company on track.
So, let's look at Section 1. The big picture, governance.
At its absolute core, governance is simply the processes, structures, and mechanisms we use to direct, control, and evaluate a company's goals. I always like to think of it kind of like the steering wheel and dashboard of a massive ship. It is the crucial framework that ensures the whole organization is actually heading in the right direction rather than just, drifting out at sea.
Moving right along to Section 2, defining IS governance.
According to some really authoritative 2025 research by Laudon Laudon, information systems governance is basically a set of policies, organizational structures, processes, and decision-making mechanisms. And these ensure that IS is managed in strict alignment with organizational goals. Now, I want you to focus on those keywords right there: alignment, added value, and reliable decision-making. Because let's be real, this isn't just about keeping the Wi-Fi turned on, right? It's about guaranteeing that your tech investments actually make the business more profitable and way more efficient.
Which brings us to Section 3, beyond just technology.
Okay, it's time to shatter a massive myth here. The common misconception, the trap everyone falls into, is that information systems are merely about the technology. Just wires, blinking servers, and the IT department down the hall. But the reality? The reality is that IS governance is actually a holistic, overarching organizational strategy.
The true scope of this goes way, way beyond hardware. It involves 5 key areas: policies, human resources, business processes, data management, and oversight and evaluation. Basically, this means managing information systems is fundamentally about managing your people, the rules they follow, and the daily processes they use. If you only manage the tech and completely ignore the human element or your data policies, the whole system just collapses.
But when all 5 of these pieces are managed holistically together, the results are absolutely explosive. We're talking highly effective goal achievement, incredibly streamlined operations, and totally accountable systems. A good governance framework transforms your technology from a simple, boring background utility into a massive strategic powerhouse that actively drives your growth.
So as we wrap up this quick explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to take right back to your own team. Is your information system actually driving your overarching strategy, or is it just sitting in the background, merely supporting it? It is a question that literally every successful organization eventually has to answer. Thanks so much for joining me today.